Alright guys, I am back and today I'm doing a Who's Better series between Brian Pillman and Dean Ambrose. Now, a lot of people are saying that these guys are similarities, but I'm going to break it down who's better, Dean Ambrose or Brian Pillman, who's better. Um, Basically, I'm not talking about Brian Pillman in WCW, I'm more talking about Brian Pillman in WWE when he was the loose cannon, so don't say, oh, they're not the same because it wasn't WCW Brian Pillman, whatever. But I'm talking about Brian Pillman in WWF. So I'm not talking about Brian Pillman in WCW when he was with when he was with Austin. I wasn't talking about that. So anyway, he had the better run, better debut. I would have to say, I'd have to say Dean Ambrose, him winning the Shield when they came out to 2012. I just loved how they debuted and just how the WWE built around those three guys like Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins. I mean, obviously Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns are the two golden boys out of the Shield, but even Dean Ambrose even got a push. He's had a couple of IC title runs, a US title run. He's been the WWE champion. So you know what? Dean Ambrose has had a bit of success in WWE, and I just see down the road them doing more with Dean Ambrose. I hope that at some point, though, like I said before on the channel, that they, um, you know, kind of tweak the Dean Ambrose character a bit more and maybe, I don't know, give him something different to do or turn him heel, like I said before. But yeah, Dean Ambrose had a good debut. Better character, Brian Pillman or Dean Ambrose. They're basically the similar character, but Dean Ambrose is more of a corny kind of version of Brian Pillman. So I'd say Brian Pillman was the better character because there's one segment that I liked, and it was an awesome segment. I liked it. I thought it was a good segment, and it was Brian Pillman and Stone Cold, where they were basically in the in Brian Pillman's house, and then Austin comes in, and and then they had a gun, and then Brian Pillman's got a gun, Brian Pillman's got a gun, and whatever, and after that, it cuts to a commercial, and then we never see it ever again. So yeah, I mean, they had a Gillette advert, a Gillette commercial for and nobody knew that. Everybody was wondering if Steve Austin been in the shot or not, and he didn't get shot, which was good. I'm glad he didn't get shot. But yeah, I just love how this stuff like that was good, and you wouldn't see that in today's WWE. The stuff that Brian Pillman did in the WWF, you wouldn't even see that. Like them with Brian Pillman and Steve Austin, that segment would never happen in today's WWE because of the advertisements, and obviously the kids and whatever. Better wrestler, I'll have to say that tied. I won't say that they're both great wrestlers, but I'll say they're tied. Who had a better career, Dean Ambrose or Brian Pillman? Now, I mean, better career. I mean, Brian Pillman had a good career in WCW, and if it wasn't for, I guess, the car accident he had, he would have had he would have obviously had a good career, and obviously they would have probably kept Brian Pillman for to face Stone Cold after WrestleMania 14, but obviously he was drinking and he had these problems and stuff with addiction. But yeah, I would say Brian Pillman had a good career, but Dean Ambrose, he's having a good career right now in WWE as well. So yeah, and that's my Who's Better series. Dean Ambrose or Brian Pillman. I thought that basically I'll do these two guys together because a lot of people over the years compare these two guys as similar, which are not. They're kind of two different characters, but I'll put them together and see what I think who was better. So yeah, thank you guys for watching now. Check you later.